Standing for Truth is a channel that spends a lot of its time trying to prove the Bible and refuting evolution. And we've actually spent a bit of time looking at them before.
Prolonged bottleneck in order to reduce levels of genetic diversity.
Not at all. Homo sapiens interbred with other species of humans. In fact, research of the mitochondrial DNA of specimens from Germany found that Homo sapiens were mating with Neanderthals around 220,000 years ago. Well, this time round, he's released a video on human evolution, and it is in need of one hell of a debunking. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a quick thank you to the sponsors of today's video, Raycon. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel and sound better than ever. They've got optimised gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. They are so comfortable, these earbuds, and they will not budge. Trust me. They also offer 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life altogether, so they can last you all day long. And Raycons are also priced just right. You get quality audio for half the price of other premium audio brands, so it is no wonder that Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 48,000 5-star reviews. And those of you that know me know I'm a big runner, and when I'm not running, I'm actually listening to podcasts about running. Sad, I know, but it's something I can do quite nicely with a coffee and my Raycons. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/SimonDan to get 15% off your Raycon purchase. Right, back to today's video where Standing for Truth is going to teach us about human evolution.
Today we are going to be talking about human evolution. The much anticipated book by Standing for Truth will be out soon, and I thought it would be fun to do an overview of the subject to get everyone interested.
Standing for Truth is going to release a book? We're going to have to take a look at that.
Today, we have two kinds of people in the world. We have those with such good imaginations that they really believe banana plants and whales are related, and that man is just an ape.
Well, personal incredulity isn't going to help you out here because it's all true. The genome of a banana shares about 60% of it with humans as well. And in theory, you could say that every single living thing is somewhat related to every single other living thing.
Yes, they literally believe cladistics is scientific proof of that.
I don't think that we believe that cladistics itself is the proof. Cladistics is just a method of biological classification, not proof in itself.
This is the sad state of affairs which have left us literally talking to walls.
You've literally been talking to walls? Seems like a bit of a waste of time to me.
We might as well just be talking to our cat most of the time. So I thought today we would try a new approach. Rather than just show them evidence that is on our side and explain why the evidence best proves young Earth creation rather than evolution, let's show them out of their own books that they were lied to.
Ah, the old flat Earth attack of choice there should be interesting.
So let's begin, shall we? In the book, Early Man by Life magazine, one of the most popular March of Progress charts ever sold exists inside of it. More schools have this image hanging up than any other image regarding human evolution. But let's actually zoom in and read what the small print actually says. First we come to Australopithecus. You will notice it says, long considered to be an ancestral gibbons, the Australopithecids are now known to be far removed from gibbons, or indeed any other living primates.
Early Man is a book that was released over 50 years ago. Since the release of that book, other Australopithecus fossils have been found. They were apes, simple as that.
So they admit that this doesn't even belong in the very chart.
In 1970.
And it's the first step of this process, and it says underneath it that it's not true. Now, on to the next one, which is another supposed intermediary, which to them would now be the first step of man, which is proconsul. Well, they consider it a very early ape, an ancestor to the chimpanzee and perhaps the gorilla. So we have another pure ape which they still cannot identify as to what species it even is. But yet, there it is, standing up, representing human-like bipedalism.
Now, interestingly, Proconsul shares characteristics with both apes and monkeys, so it could quite possibly have been an extremely important divergent species.
That is strike 2. But let's move on. Next we have Dryopithecus. We read that after investigation of the skull, rather than evolving earlier than the great apes was as previously thought, it was actually just a great ape itself. A knowingly admitted lie right there in front of your eyes. I give this strike 3 on proving any human evolutionary tree whatsoever.
Why is that a lie? Science is about correcting your mistakes and advancing your understanding. There's no lies, there's just reworkings.
And we've only looked at 3. So literally, their entire first links of the chain are admitted to not be part of the chain in the small print underneath.
Well, I don't think they are. They're all important parts of our evolution. They may not be in the correct places, but they are all part of it.
That would be strike 3. Next we have Oreopithecus, and this is hilarious because they start off by literally saying this is a side branch of the human family tree, meaning, yet again, it is not part of the March of Progress chart that it's on.
At what point does this chart claim that it's a linear one? As I said, these are all important parts of the chain, and it's well understood that there are several species of humans around on Earth before Homo sapiens became the single dominant species. Now, that doesn't mean to say that all of those subspecies are not important, they just didn't go anywhere.
And they are showing you it is part of the human lineage.
Actually, if you look at the part towards the top of the chart, you can quite clearly see that those 4 all lived around the same time and were not linear. It's right there in front of his face and he can't see it.
But let's keep reading. Oh, look at that. It was clearly an aberrant ape. Shocker, I know. You will also notice that it is standing upright and walking when they know it's a lie.
Now, why do you know that it's a lie? You haven't really explained that part.
That would be strike 4. Next we have Ramopithicus. This was thought to be a distinct genus that was the first direct ancestor of modern humans, before it became regarded as that of the orangutan ancestor. Again, portrayed standing erect and walking, so strike 5.
Again, this is a 50-year-old book. Many things could have changed since then, and our understanding about our lineage has surely improved.
Another fraud on the chart, shown in the March of Progress that doesn't belong there. Strike 5.
Oh man.
Next, a famous one, Australopithecus Africanus. It tells us they possessed the brain size of apes, had ape-like skulls, and was similar to body size and shape to apes. So if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, shaped like a duck, the size of a duck, then surely it's a duck, right? Yet, there it is, an admitted ape species with the characteristics of an ape in the human family tree, portrayed walking just like humans. They don't even try to say anything about it being transitional or having any features of transitional because it's clearly an ape. But again, do you notice anything in the image? Is that really the truth that they're trying to sell you? No, it's not, and not even close. It was a primate, nothing more. No transitional. Strike 6.
But humans are primates, humans are apes. Saying it's nothing more than a primate means nothing and doesn't prove it's wrong in the slightest.
Now we have Robustus. It states below in the fine print, he represents an evolutionary dead end in man's history. So what's it doing on the chart? He's an admitted dead end on the very chart itself, meaning not part of the human evolutionary March of Progress chart that they're showing you. And yet there it is anyway. They know that nobody reads this fine print.
Well, they do because it's interesting and you can find stuff out about our evolution.
But here is something most people don't know. They changed its name to Paranthropus robustus, and that's how it's known today. Do you know why? Because para means beside, and anthropos means man. So it means beside man. meaning not leading to modern day man.
So, who cares? I really don't get why this is a problem. He clearly understands that this species existed. Now, just the mere acknowledgement of that blows his worldview apart.
Not only was it a different lineage, but an entirely different evolutionary branch than us. Yet there it is on the flowchart, leading from primitive primate ape ancestor to modern day man. Another lie. Strike 7. So now, let's look how far in we are. Notice that? Halfway through, and every single one is an outright ape.
And we are also an outright ape, so I'm still really not sure of your point.
Nothing but a primate. Nothing but pure lies and frauds admitted in the very fine print below each and every one.
In a 50-year-old book.
And if that's not bad enough, if we open this poster and go to the far left, there's something written, and at the very bottom we read, although proto-apes and apes walked on all fours, all are shown here standing for the purpose of comparison. Sure it is, everyone. They want you to see them as human-like as possible, because they know that pictures are worth 1,000 words, and they know nobody's going to read that small print. And it's going to look and appear as though apes became humans slowly over time.
But that is what happened, so... Well, there we go. We are all done and dusted for another Tinfoil Tuesday. I do hope you enjoyed that one. I love the evolution stuff, and I'm going to come back to it more often than I have been doing for sure. For now, if you enjoyed today's episode, please do consider subscribing. It would be muchly appreciated. And if you really enjoyed it, then obviously hit that like button as well. Just enough time to once again thank Raycon for sponsoring today. Remember, visit buyraycon.com/SimonDan to get 15% off your first Raycon purchase. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great week, and I'll see you all on Friday for some serious flat earth proofs. See you then.